Good morning, everyone. I, Mrs. Mehak Bhatia from Achievers College of Commerce and Management. Uh, Good afternoon to all the participants, esteemed speakers, and my dear colleagues. Sri Nyanraj Moli, Shiksha Seva Mandal's Achievers College of Commerce and Management is honored to welcome you all for today's session organized on account of World Food Day. Strong pillars of our institution are Chairman Dr. C.A. Mahesh Divantikar and Principal Ms. Sophia D'Souza. Ma'am, we are grateful for their endless guidance and support. Today, World Food Day actually is an international day celebrated every year around the world on 16th October, and the main objective is to create awareness about the existing problems of obesity and malnutrition. This year, World Food Day marks 75th anniversary of the founding of FAO, that is the Food and Agricultural Association, with a view to looking towards the future we need to build together. Since 1981, World Food Day has adopted a different theme each year in order to highlight areas needed for action and provide a common focus. The theme for this year is Grow, Nourish, Sustain together so that our present actions will be in our future. So it is a with immense pleasure. Today, I now welcome our speaker, Dr. Snehal Prabhudesai. She is certified with MSc in Nutrition and Dietetics and has been working since 6 years with Healthspring Club. Her work spectrum has been wide and include patients from many fields like cardiac, weight loss, weight gain, gastro, cancer, and many more fields are. She is also a nutrition speaker at various corporate firms, private firms, and schools. So, madam, we are honored by your presence. Without further any delay, I would request Snehal Prabhudesai ma'am to take a charge and start the session. Snehal ma'am,
Hello everyone
hello ma'am.
and happy World Food Day.
Thank you ma'am.
Just a small correction. I have done
Yes
my
ma'am.
PG diploma in clinical nutrition, not a MSc.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So
Sorry ma'am,
let's
sorry for that.
no problem, no problem. Let's just start with the PPT. Kavita ma'am, can you share the PPT?
Is it visible to
So
all of you?
as
Yes. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, as Mahek said, the objectives of this World Food Day is awareness and to mobilize more public funds in the favor of global fight against hunger. It is observed in more than 150 countries. Also, in COVID-19 health crisis has been a time to truly reflect on our basic needs. It has made us realize how our essential needs are very important and very difficult to access to. So we need to be more careful in future. We as community have to support healthy eating habits and also reduce our food wastage. So today we are going to see how we can reduce our food wastage in our own homes. So let's see some eye-opening facts.
This slide, or I should move further.
Yes, next slide. So the first fact is 40% of food produced in India is wasted. This is because from the time of farming, there are a lot of processes involved till the end use customer. So there is crop infestation, or the land is not fertile, or it's lost in a transportation. So this causes lot of issues and also causes lot of food wastage. The second point is 21 million tons of wheat are wasted in India. India also ranks 63 among 88 countries in Global Hunger Index, which also puts us at a higher rank in malnutrition. About 7 million children died in 2012 because of hunger. From the point of sustainability, there are a lot of negative factors which affect right from the start of farming till the end use customer. For example, 45% of Indian land is degraded or crop infested. Let's see how we can make small changes in our routine to reduce the wastage. So, the first step is plan your weekly menus. Before going for weekly shopping, make a list of things you need to buy. Also, check your freezers, cabinets, or calendars if you have any specific event planned for the week. This will make your list more precise. Also, you'll avoid buying impulsively based on the marketing offers that you see at the shopping mall. Weekly planning will help you in avoiding buying of perishables like, say, vegetables or non veg in bulk, which will in turn lead to wastage. Next point. So, the second point is fasting in, fasting out. As we can see in the slide, perishables can be stored in the refrigerator in the order they are bought. For example, the older vegetables or perishable fruits can be placed in front so they are inside and used regularly. Also, try and use transparent organizers which will help you see the vegetables. Also, the dry form of grocery staples like pulses can be sorted and same way used in cabinets so that the older ones are used first and there is no wastage in terms of rava or poha that has been bought long back and kept at the back. Leafy vegetables, if they are bought in excess at a time, for example, 4 to 5 types of leafy vegetables, if they are bought at a time, they can't be used at one go. So, what you can do is use them in terms of smoothies or one bowl salads to avoid wasting. Third point is waste pour. Now, this technique is basically used in commercial setup kitchens. It helps people to refrain from taking extra food, which will go into the waste bin. Basically, there is a board on which they mention how many kgs of food was wasted per day. This can be utilized in our daily lives too. In our individual homes, we could write down the names of dishes that we are throwing out on daily basis and also mention the price it cost us. This in long run will help us stop buying more food and serving extra food. Also, portion size is very important. See to that if you are eating extra rice or you are just throwing away the cooked rice because it can't be reheated or reused. Try in portion sizes. See if you are on weekly basis throwing away rice or any other food particle and then reduce the quantity. Next point. Also, as our Prime Minister has said, we have to be Atmanirbhar and also support our local vendors. So, in terms of COVID, it's very important that we support our local farmers. So, try and eat as much as possible local and seasonal. Once we start including these local varieties of food, we also see diversity of nutrients also increase on daily basis in our food. In times of COVID, we have to support these local heroes. For example, if you have heard about water chestnuts, singhada basically, or colocasia leaves, aru, radish leaves, these local foods also have a lot of nutritional value. which are easily available near us. Hence, the time period from the farm to our plate is reduced, and it has a lot of fresh value to it. At the same time, since it is locally available, the transport time is cut down, and it supports our local vendors too. Foods like aloo vadi, drumstick leaves bhaji, or corn bhajiyas are getting lost because these recipes were handed down through our traditions. But since the local foods are also not present in our local markets, these are getting extinct. So it's best to incorporate them on regular diets so the demand for the local food increases and in support of the local small scale farmers. Let's see the next point. So grow your own vegetable. This basically, again in times of COVID, it has become a hassle to buy your basic staples. Hence, growing your own small kitchen garden will help and provide with small herbs and veggies. So you are self-sustainable. With small balconies in Mumbai, we can still grow chilies, capsicum, brinjal, spinach, coriander. Also, at the same time, as you can see in the picture, microgreens can be easily grown in our houses in closed environment too. They need very small containers, and they can be really useful in making salads, and they are nutritionally high value. The normal or regularly used microgreens are mustard, methi, moong, radish, or amaranth. These are easily available in our own kitchens, so it doesn't take much of effort to grow them. Also, while taking care of small plants like brinjal or microgreens for that matter, you learn the value of how much effort a farmer puts in growing their crop. So you stop from wasting, or it helps you refrain from it. So you also recognize the value of farmers. Next is food labels. Once you go to shopping mall or a shopping place and get your groceries, we come home and empty those groceries in container. It's very important to label them and also write the expiry date. It helps us from using them before expiry, and it is inside to use. If it is a closed container and you keep 3 4 things, you may misplace them and forget about them. But if they are in a container where you can see them, then you will take more initiative in using them first. So the next point is compost the kitchen waste. If you are already growing your own vegetables and you are self-sustainable, it's best to also do your own compost. First is to start the segregating dry and waste garbage, because this helps in way a lot more in waste management. Secondly, you can decompose your kitchen waste at home and use the same compost for your garden plants. Coconut hair or leafy vegetables or eggshells make the best compost. Also, try and make this at home so that the value that you are investing is also minimal. Try and make zero waste recipes. Now, what does this make? The example is right in front of us. The green pea pods can be also made into a recipe. Same way, try and use each and every part of the food item that you have bought so that the wastage is very minimal. Next slide. So the last point in this is donate the extra. Taking in consideration that you have already done what you can to reduce the food wastage, the next step is to understand donation. Food banks helps in saving you waste and providing food directly to needy. Non-perishables also can be donated, which are further used in breakfast programs for kids or in care of natural disasters. These organizations provide food. For example, you must have heard about Khalsa organization. Also, you can install a community refrigerator. This has been installed in certain parts of Mumbai also. The food is supplied by community or the residents and directly is taken by hungry people. In this, you have to take care of labeling of each food so that the dish name and date of cooking is mentioned. Food quality is good because it is home cooked meal and it also helps in building bond with people. And the last point here is it helps in fighting hunger and malnutrition. So, as I said, if you all are already doing all these steps and donating the extra, it will help us in bonding with the other strata people who are in need of food, and the rate of malnutrition in future will come down. Thank you.
Um, Snehal ma'am, you were giving about the dietitian, and now we need to know about the malnutrition about India, all around the world, how the people are thinking about. What is your vision on that
Basically,
point?
Basically, if we check the facts, India is home to 46.6 million stunted children. Basically, third of world's total as per Global Nutrition Report, which was done in 2018. So we are almost in third or fourth rank, if I'm not wrong, in the world for malnutrition. Then the basic factors which affect this malnutrition is wrong kind of nourishment in first 1,000 days of the child. Basically, breastfeeding has to be exclusive in first 6 months. The weaning or the introduction of new foods has to be done correctly, but because there is higher amount of poverty strata in our country, they are not accessible to basic things like fruits and vegetables. This leads to a lot of deficiencies in them like iron or calcium, which in turn also later leads to malnutrition. So it can be corrected if we start uh, basically managing our food really well, and also donate if we have extra food. In terms of COVID, if you have seen, lot of people just went in shopping carts with big bags and got everything that was available because they were scared that they won't get anything later on. But if you had planned it well and got what you need, the food would have been much better available for rest of the population also. So I think that's where we are lacking. We need to consider other people too while we are planning our foods also.
Thank you so much. Now, one more question. I feel we should go with the interaction session now. I feel that way.
Yes, yes,
Nowadays, the college youngsters basically they go with the food
yeah,
habitat as. Will you please switch on your camera, ma'am, please?
yes. Just a
Yeah.
minute.
What the thing is nowadays students or we all are noticing all the youngsters are not having good food habitat. What is your
Hmm.
suggestion on their malnutrition or the nutrition what they are getting?
So, if we are talking about the college kids, it's rather to do with the junk food that has been served in the kitchens. So it has to be effort from both sides, wherein the college takes active part in what is being served in the kitchen. At the same time, the parents also provide knowledge to their kids on healthy eating. So nowadays there's also this trend, whichever food says healthy on it, it's healthy. No, that's not true. So you have to learn as a college going kid or as a parent to read the labels well. So it's very important when you are eating a packet of chips, you know how much sodium you are consuming per day, how much saturated fats you are going to eat in the day. So this helps you from refraining and not eating all the junk that you are eating. At the same time, I feel as youngsters, they need to plan the weekly thing. For example, they know that they are going to eat a vada pav in the week or a samosa in the week. The rest of the week has to be clean eating. For example, home cooked meals or a sandwich or a dosa or a idli. Basically, mostly the college canteen serve the breakfast food. So I feel a Frankie or just a egg omelette or a idli or dosa would be much better options than just vada pav or samosa pav.
One more question is, there are Chinese, the vehicles are outside with all food colors,
Right,
with the smoky smell of the garlic, and people get attracted towards that. So, what will be your
right.
suggestion with this?
So again, reframing from if you tell someone not to eat it, they'll eat more. So the best thing is gradually cut down on it. If we are for example, most of them are eating it on regular days in the evening snack or the mid mornings, then try and have it only twice a week for the start. Then slowly cut down. Try and make it at home. All these sauces are readily available. You can easily make it at home in a healthier way, wherein you are using more vegetables in it. But talking about the street vendors, there's no standard for food that has been served. You don't know how safe it is, particularly in the times of COVID. Hygiene is zero at that level. So it's best to refrain from it right now. And also, if you are not able to stop, then gradually slow down the intake that you're having on weekly basis. Because nutritionally, it is not giving you anything.
Hmm. But now, in this COVID or the COVID situation, what type of nutrition people are expected now? What type of diet they should follow, so that the immunity boosters can be
So the
developed? Because there are so many, there are facts and some are fictitious things are going outside. People are doing whatever they want.
right,
But what will be the best suggestion
right.
from your side as a nutrition?
So, first thing, if we are talking about immunity boosters, yes, immunity has to be the topmost thing right now, so that you avoid getting or catching the viral. But see to that you are not just concentrating on those superfoods. Immunity comes from your overall health. You taking a vitamin C tablet every day is not taking care of immunity. You have to see that you are sleeping 7 to 8 hours daily. Have to see that you are physically at least a bit active on daily basis. Terms of food, try to incorporate these immunity boosters at home. For example, amla, lemon, oranges. These are very good sources of vitamin C. These have to be included in your daily routine life. So they will basically build up your immunity slowly, and it will be there after COVID too, not just for the time of COVID. Okay. At the same time, if you have any health conditions, because we have seen that diabetics or overweights are more prone to COVID than the healthy crowd. And it's just not about the immunity. The secondary cursor is any kind of lifestyle disease. So it's important that nutritionally you start taking care of that and follow a diet which will take care of your lifestyle diseases and immunity. Make sure that you are having a lot of leafy vegetables. As I mentioned, try and have seasonal fruits and vegetables. Don't just have apple and banana. Try and incorporate different fruits in your regular diet. Also, try and restrict the processed foods.
Okay. So,
Kar-
hello.
Ma'am, can
Am I
I?
audible?
Yeah,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah, you are ready.
Sneha ma'am,
So,
one of our
yes.
participants has asked a question like what all
Hmm.
nutrients we should intake in a proper diet.
Okay. So there are basically groups, food groups that you have to follow. Basically, carbs, proteins, and fats, and vitamins and minerals have to be present in your daily routine life. Now, these are provided from cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, milk products, and your non-veg. So, whenever a diet is full of all these things, it's a balanced diet. If you are restricting one component of it, then it's not a balanced diet. And this balanced diet is almost needed for any kind of lifestyle disease also. So, for example, if you eat a perfect example of balanced breakfast would be poha or upma, with one boiled egg. If you are a vegetarian, then you can put in sprouts in that. Then basically the combinations of cereal and pulses with fiber from vegetables would be a great example of balanced meal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. One more question we have from our participants that if a person is suffering from PCOD, what diet should the female have?
Okay. Okay. So PCOD also needs medical therapy for it. The thyroid hormone has to be thyroxine hormone is also a treatment for it. Along with it, the dietary changes that you have to do is switch to more complex carbs such as jawar, bajra. Then also make sure that you are having good protein content. It has been seen that in India we have very low protein content in our diets. So make sure you are adding your curds, paneer, sprouts, fish, chicken in your regular diets. Make sure that the fruits that you are having are seasonal again. Because what happens when you add seasonal fruits, you don't replicate them. Basically, you're not eating the same foods again and again. In terms of thyroid, also see to that your iodine intake is proper, which is from iodized salt. So any iodized salt will do, but see to that it is proper. That should help you with the PCOD symptoms.
Thank you so much. I think participants have got the answer. Ma'am, one question I have, like in our busy schedule, our fermented food goods are good for our heart? That fermented food.
So, can you repeat yourself? Sorry.
Yeah, ma'am. Are fermented food good for our heart? That whatever food we are fermenting now,
Yes,
yeah,
fermentation. You are saying
fermentation. Yes, is it good for our heart?
heart, as in if we are talking about just hyperlipidemia or something like that, wherein your cholesterol levels are little up, it's fine. It's fermentation. If you're talking in terms of idli dosa, it's really good for your health, anyways.
Huh? Ma'am, I have one more question from our participants. Like, what is keto diet and is it healthy for us?
Okay. So, as going back to what I said, the balanced meal, keto diet
Hmm.
basically is very low levels of carb, moderate levels of protein, and high levels of fat in the diet. Okay, those are the composition. High fat, as in there's more amount of cheese in diet. So these diets are basically given for certain kind of diseases in past. It was not a weight loss diet, but right now people are using it for weight loss diet. It increases the ketones in the body. If you have read, I don't know, in past few days back, basically there was an actress who was told to follow a keto diet, who died because she followed the keto diet due to kidney
Yes,
failure.
ma'am.
So it's not a diet that you take up easily on the net and follow it. It has to be done under qualified dietitian only. And secondly, it has to be seen that it's fit for your body type. Thirdly, if you just want weight loss, there are much easier diets which you can follow later on also. Diets are not something restrictive. We always have this in mind. Weight loss diets means abhi sirf salad So weight loss diet is a combination of foods which you are already eating so that it's similar to your earlier pattern, but you will have certain lifestyle changes which will help you in maintaining that lost weight. So keto diet is good but not for weight loss, I feel. And if you're doing it, you need to do it under supervision.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think our participant has got the answer. There is one more question. What is the normal diet to be followed for diabetic people?
Okay. So in diabetic people, the sugar intake has to be low, the table sugar. So the
Hmm.
simple sugar in terms of sugar, honey, jaggery, any form of it is converted to sucrose in our tummy. So you have to restrict the intake of that. But at the same time, you have to see that the amount of fiber in your diet is higher. So include salad before your meal. See to that you are having complex carbs, adding little wheat flour with jawar or bajra or oats for that matter. See to that you are eating every 2 or 3 hours. Basically, there are not long gaps between your meals. You have to eat frequently and avoid all kinds of juices, because the moment you have any kind of juice, you lose the fiber from it and it's just plain sugar, the fruit sugar, fructose. So try and avoid that. Have lots of veggies. Have lots of see to that you are creating mid meals with zero calorie foods, like for example makhana or khakra, something like popcorn. You can fill in those gaps and you are having your major meals with good amount of complex carbs, protein, and also a little bit of fat.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Any participants have any questions?
Ma'am, actually it's YouTube live now, so they would have sent you on link. One more question, Snell, madam, I would like to ask you about. As if
Yes.
there is, like nowadays, I feel people are under stress and they keep on eating more and more food stuff. In that malpractices, they are not conscious what they are eating for. So, what will be the suggestion from for those people from your side?
So the best thing, if you're overeating or undereating, there's both type of stress eating. Certain people forget to eat when they're stressed, like IT people who are working like 14 hours or 15 hours, they just forget to eat in between. Or there are people who are stressed, depressed, who will eat too much of desserts and then regret eating that later on. So what is the best thing is maintain a food diary, as I have been saying in the food wastage ppt also. Maintain a diary wherein you at the end of the day write what you have been eating from the morning till night. So it gives you self assessment at the end of the day that what you had for the day. You yourself find out, okay, these are the types of processed foods that I had which I wasn't supposed to have. So then at the end of the week, self analyze and decide which meals you want to keep, which meals you can do without. Like there will be ice cream, which we have after meals. Then there will be chips, there will be biscuits. So you can decide among the three which ones are the ones you like the most. So
Yes, madam.
start with
होता है ना
this
आप शेयर
wherein
कर सकते
you
हैं हाँ
wherein you're reducing one by one the item, and at the end you are left with the only thing you love the most. So you're not overeating per se. Also, the portion control is very important. See how much you're eating at a time. If you're eating too much, then try and regulate yourself when you're eating it to eat a little lesser from the last time. Like, for example, if you finished a tub of ice cream last time, make a point to stop yourself this time at half tub at least. So, slowly and gradually, you can cut down on the portion size also.
Thank you so much, Snail ma'am. This is the food diets and the food habits are important. But as if you mentioned, the people are wasting food in India, and we say we are the highly populated country. So, what is your suggestion about the food banks other countries are keeping, not to waste the food? What any suggestions or anything which we can plan for the same?
So the one of the things that we have been not doing actively is, I feel, uh, the community refrigerators, as we say. As a society or as a commercial space, we can always make a community refrigerator, which has been already been started in Mumbai, but it has been not done on larger scale. So basically, what you're throwing in the dustbin is some can be someone else's food if it is in good quality, because it is at the end home cooked food. And there are NGOs that are also doing this, wherein they collect the dry staples if you have them in extra from your house, and then they provide it to the nearby NGOs or old age homes where there is shortage of food. So I think that is one of the things that we can start doing after self managing our waste.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Kavita ma'am. Snehal ma'am, we have many participants and they are asking question like, how often can we include fish in our diet?
Hmm. Fish again, it's very good source of omega 3, omega 6. It's good source. Lean fishes are very good sources of protein. So if you are a non-veg eater, you can always use it on daily basis also. But see to that the way of cooking, the way you are cooking it is very important. For example, don't fry basically oil fry it. Use a shallow fryer or make it into curry with less coconut and or less oil basically, so that can be used.
Uh, Snehal ma'am,
Hmm?
hello, I'm audible ma'am?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Uh,
yes.
yes ma'am. Ma'am, one of our participants had asked like, what does a healthy diet look like to you?
So my healthy diet is basically a plate, our Indian plate, which is half of salad, one fourth of it is rice or chapati because both are cereals, and rest half is dal or fish or egg, and a glass of chas along with it. That's my healthy meal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think our participant has got the questions. Thank you so much. Now, any participants are just having any questions? Now I will hand over this session to Ms. Preeti Bijlani. Preeti Bijlani.
Thank you, Madam. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Ms. Preeti Bijlani from Achievers College of Commerce and Management, feels privileged to propose the vote of thanks. First of all, on the behalf of entire team of Sri Nyanraj Mauli Shikshan Seva Mandals, Achievers College of Commerce and Management, I would like to show my gratitude towards our chairman, Dr. Mahesh Bivandikar sir, for being our mentor throughout our journey. I would also like to thank our principal, Miss Sophia D'Souza Madam, for being our constant support, whose constant support has been one of the most important factor in completion of all the assigned tasks. Thank you, Madam. Now, I would like to thank the most important person of today's webinar, Ms. Snehal Prabhudesai, Madam, for conducting such an informative webinar on an account of World Food Day. Thank you so much, Madam. We would like to have more such events from your end. Now, I would like to thank the convener, Mrs. Mehak Bhatia Madam, and the co-convener, Ms. Monica Madam, for their sincere efforts in making this webinar successful. And I would also show my express I'm thankful to Mrs. Kavita Karambilkar Madam for your technical support. Thank you so much, Kavita Madam. Last but not the least, I would like to thank every participant for your sincere participation and your abiding all the rules. Thank you so much to everyone. Now I would like to request every participant to please fill the feedback forms so you could get your e-certificates within 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Handing
Thank you.
over to you, Madam.
Thank you so much, Preeti Madam. Thank you so much, Snehal Ma'am, for giving us such an informative, such make an informative session. Thank you so much. And Kavita Ma'am, thank you so much for IT support. Without you, it may be difficult for us to go for, with the perfect session.
Thank you
And
so much, ma'am.
anything, yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, do you want to say anything, Snehal Ma'am? That how
Thank
do
you
you like this
for the
session?
opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, all of you.